All right, guys, we are on Bus Confessions today, and we have a very special guest with us. Brittany Renner is on the fan bus.
Let's go. This is an iconic bus.
It's an iconic bus,
It
for
is.
sure. Did you ever think you'd end up here on the fan bus?
No, it's so crazy. I just saw some viral clips from the fan bus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I ended up on that side of the algorithm, but I was just stalking your guys' page before there was communication. So, yeah, I guess you guys were picking up on my energy,
We were.
my curiosity.
We could feel it, for sure. We could feel it. Well, we are so happy to have you on the bus today. Are you excited? How are you feeling?
It's like I know a lot has happened on this bus, so it's like you just can kind of feel the energy of it a bit. But no, I feel good. I'm excited. How about you?
I'm feeling really good. I'm excited too.
Good.
You said a lot has happened on this bus and you can feel the energy. What kind of energy are you picking up on?
Well, I think for me, the most recent video I saw of your guys' was with Baby Alien. So it's a bit haunting to think what's going on in here. And I'm sitting in it, but it's so funny. So yeah.
Well, don't worry, we get it clean.
I know.
All the good stuff. This bus is very well known in the OnlyFans industry and on social media as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you would ever consider starting an OnlyFans?
No. It's just not my speed. More power to the people that do it, but yeah, no, I feel like I already have enough going on, to be honest.
Right. So you would never do adult content either, anything of that sort?
I'm sure people would love for me to do it, but no, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. So in the video that you were just referring to, Baby Alien, he was on the bus because he was a 23-year-old virgin, and we helped him lose his virginity right here on the bus.
Yep.
So you heard about the video?
I heard about it, and I didn't believe that it really happened. So I went to your guys' Twitter and I was just reading the replies because I'm like, I'm sure someone will be like, certainly this didn't happen.
Right.
And I saw a screenshot that I can't unsee.
What was the screenshot of?
Having her in some position and seeing his
Was it what you would have expected it to be?
I don't even know what I would expect it to be. That's like, my mind didn't go there. But yeah, it was.
It was a lot.
There was a lot going on.
So, do you think that you could ever see yourself being with a virgin?
Being with a virgin? Probably not. No.
Why not?
I'm not really looking to teach anyone to do anything. It's like you kind of know how or you don't.
Right.
So yeah, no, I'm not looking to just, and like who's a virgin in our 30s? There's not a lot of people that are. So I'm 31. So to meet someone who's like a 30-plus-year-old virgin, that'd be kind of.
Well, I mean,
something's off.
Unless you were maybe with someone who was younger than you, would you ever be with somebody younger than you?
I mean, I've dated guys that are younger than me. At this point, when it comes to age, like, I'm pretty open-minded. I mean, my child's father is 6 years younger than me. Okay. I've never discriminated against age, but I can't really tell you what would be ideal for me, younger or older, because none of it has worked out.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, I guess in the bedroom, do you think that there's a difference between age?
I think it really just depends on the person's experience. Like, someone can be younger and still have, a fair amount of experience depending on the exposure and, like, who they are and their status. But I think my greatest experiences with men who were older than me.
Really? Okay. And none of those were virgins?
No. Oh, no.
Did you see that you were trending on...
Are you serious? Why?
Yesterday, actually, you were number 1.
I was trending on...
Yes.
For what?
I guess people are seeing if you have any videos.
Wow, that's wishful thinking.
The fan bus was actually trending as well.
Oh, wow.
At the same time as you.
Oh, my God.
I know, look at us. Look at us.
Right.
Twins.
It was divine.
Yes, it was.
Oh, my God. That is hilarious. Wow. People were ready to be there to me doing more, I guess.
Yeah, they were looking.
Keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming?
Yeah.
Well, a few years ago, you and Tiana Trump hinted that you may have an explicit video coming out soon.
Yeah.
Was that real, or were you guys trolling?
Yeah, we were just trolling. It was just promotion for my book. Salacious marketing for my book.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually mentioned her in my book. So that's where that correlation, like why that happened. So yeah, but people still will ask to this day, where's the tape? When you dropping the tape? And it's like, there was never a tape. It was just marketing years later.
If there was a tape, do you think that it would go viral?
I think anything that I do would go viral.
Why do you think that?
Because I think, a lot of people have asked me about OnlyFans. A lot of people obviously think I'm attractive, and I have a lot of male followers. So, water's wet. So, yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't go viral. I'm a pretty big personality on social media. So me doing anything would be, people would be elated, I'm sure.
Okay. So I think that you kind of just want to keep it to the imagination.
It's just not my speed, For me, it's like, there have been times where guys that I've been with, they try to pull out their phones and I freeze up. I'm like, turn it off. That makes me so nervous. And I feel like, even though I am a free-spirited person, to me, that type of stuff is just sacred. So for me, like, to record that, it takes away what is special for me. I say who, I say when, I say what. So when that camera comes out to me, I feel like it already loses, like, its authenticity for me. So that's why even in just my personal relationships, I do not like, cameras do not record me. That weirds me out. Have
you ever recorded anything like that before? Or is this like is this a new feeling that you have with the recording? No,
because I have been in, long-term relationships and, many, many moons ago. And there are things that, like, that topic comes up of recording. And I always am thinking about social media. I don't want to see me spread eagle on the timeline or, So for me, it's just always one of those things where I'm like, that is mortifying, the thought of that. So, I feel like I already have a lot that comes with me. So adding that to me is just like, I can't even fathom that.
Do you think that, let's say that were to happen, do you think that if people were to see it, they would be impressed with your skills, so to say? Like, do you think it would be what people would expect? Or are you
what they expect. I don't know what they would expect. I'm trying to think what I think maybe I on camera one time. I don't know. I don't really like to, like, rate myself or, like, what I do.
Well, yeah, you don't have to rate yourself.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you thought that maybe people would be, like, impressed. Like, oh, okay, like, that's what she's been hiding this whole time.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm shy like you.
You're humble.
I don't know. Ooh, these people are crazy. I don't know what they are thinking or expecting, or I don't know where their imaginations go.
Okay. All right, that's fair. So rapper Asian Doll recently started an OnlyFans. Did you hear about that?
Okay, I think I did, yes, on Twitter.
How do you feel about celebrities such as her and Iggy Azalea starting an OnlyFans?
OnlyFans is not my lane, so I don't really have an opinion on, like, who has one and who doesn't, or, like, celebrities shouldn't have one or not. Like, I stay in my lane. There's no traffic there, so, yeah, I don't really have an opinion about it.
Okay.
There's a lot of girls I know that make a lot of money from it, so why couldn't celebrities do it? You know what I mean? Do you have an opinion about it? Am I allowed to ask you the question?
It's about you today.
Oh, okay, we're keeping it a pageant answer, pageant friendly. Okay.
Yeah, I just, some people say that celebs have more of an advantage because they already have such a platform.
Okay.
So I didn't know if you had, like, an opinion on, like, celebrities branching out and kind of, rapping, but then going a whole different route to, like, quote unquote, this industry.
I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of workers that are like, stay out of our territory, you know what I mean? This isn't even really what you do, but at the same time, there's a lot of people out there, so.
For sure.
It's an open market.
Open market.
Plenty of spank bank material for everyone, you know what I mean? And no matter what that looks like, who it is, so I don't really see a problem with it.
We have had Charleston White on the bus before, and recently you went viral for twerking on him and giving him a lap dance. You got some moves, girl.
Do I?
I think you do.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that you could teach me one day?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever taught girls how to twerk, give a lap dance before?
No. No, I never have. I just like to shake my every now and then, but yeah, I never like taught girls that, no.
You have a big reaction when you shake your ass, that's for sure.
What do you mean?
Well, like other people react
yeah.
when you do that. It's like waves of reactions. We literally went viral for it.
Honestly, when that type of stuff happens or just going viral, I don't, like, I'm off my phone. I'm not reading comments. I'm not looking at any of it. I don't want to see it. I just let it do what it's going to do, and I just go about my day. So, like, what people say or what they were saying, or even you're saying that I was trending on, all of that is news to me. So,
Really?
yeah.
So
I don't read any of that stuff.
Okay. So you don't even know when you're trending, when you go viral, that kind of thing?
Well, the only reason I even kind of knew about the stuff with Charleston is because someone had texted me a video. I mean, when I woke up, I was like, you know, like, this is a regular day. I'm like, man, like, I got drunk last night. Checked my text messages, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, when the did that happen? So, I had no memory of that happening, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, I'm off social media today.
Okay.
Just let it blow over.
How do you stay away from that, though, when it's pretty much all on Instagram, everywhere you look, Twitter, TikTok? You just stay off social media?
Yeah, I just don't scroll around. So, for example, if I'm on Twitter, but I even had to, like, kind of not be on Twitter either, because I'm not going to check my mentions, number one. I have not searched my name since like 2015. Like, that's just a big no-no. There's just certain things to have endurance in this game you just simply should not do. So I just like to kind of stay on my timeline. And all of the pages that I follow are people, it's not reposting that type of stuff.
Right.
But Twitter, when I had refreshed my feed, I saw the video of Charleston, and I was like, okay. I was like, so I'm not gonna be on Twitter today. Okay. So I was just kind of on Instagram reading my favorite pages and just kind of like went about my day. I went and touched some grass. That's really it.
You ground yourself.
Yeah, touched some grass, went to the gym, took my dog for a walk, went Halloween decor shopping. Yeah, when that type of stuff's going on, I don't really want to see all those comments. I'm good.
So have you ever rewatched any of your podcasts or like anything like that before? Or do you always just kind of let it be what it is and move on?
Yeah, I don't sit back and now there's been like a couple podcast episodes where, you know, I did one with Andrew Tate. Like, there were certain ones that to me like really stood out and I just wanted to watch it back, but usually I'm not going to sit and watch. I just feel like naturally I'm going to critique myself, and I trust that no matter how I show up, whether that's like me giving a lap dance or me giving some words of wisdom, I trust that whatever message is meant to be conveyed, it's conveyed in the way that it's meant to. So I don't like to second guess or bully myself for like, oh, I should have did this or I should have said that. I don't think that's productive.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has ever bullied themselves better. So yeah, I don't really like to watch my stuff back. It's like, I know what I said.
Have you always been like this, or did something happen to make you become
what?
Like in that mindset, in that very like strong mindset that, you know, how you come is how you're meant to come that day?
I think it's just a lot of different things leading up to it where, you know, I've sat down with a lot of polarizing internet personalities, and I trust that whatever message they're meant to deliver to me or whatever I'm meant to learn from, that's what I'm going to learn from them. So like, I just don't like to question any spaces that I'm called to. Now, there are times where, I mean, even just the podcast with Charleston, like I was like, where are we in alignment to where this is meant for us to meet up, you know, for us to be in the same room? So I don't like to question that anymore because my presence is called there for a reason. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think it's just understanding that my voice is very powerful. I have a strong personality, not afraid of anyone. Like, I'm never ducking anything. So it's not a surprise that people want to see me speak and go up against people who they think are going to just tear me apart. I'm like, I don't have problems in real life. You know, not with people. So yeah, I think it's just, I mean, I've been doing this for like 11 years, you know, so just kind of taking everything as it comes, moment to moment.
So that must take a lot of experience, though, to get where you are, the mindset that you're at now. Like when you first started doing everything that you do, did you have that mindset already, or did you have to grow into that?
I definitely had to grow into it. I think when I first started even speaking, I was very self-conscious, and I used to not be able to record with other people around. So that is how I started in the bathroom doing videos, and then I went to the car. You know, it was just me by myself, and then it just got to a place where I was so comfortable speaking and did different things, whether it's like speaking engagements, you know, when I went to Jackson State, when I've sat down on these podcasts, interviews, whatever. It's just, again, that repetition is going to build that up, you know, that confidence. So, so yeah, I would say it's just a lot of repetition and also knowing and understanding like what my truth is, you know? So whether there's 50 people on set or 3 of us, you know what I mean? It's going to be the same regardless. Yeah.
And then also standing strong in your truth and not letting so much outside energy in.
Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. Because the thing is a big reason too why like I'm not a big fan of just reading comments is because people are entitled to their opinion, and every perspective is valid, even if it's a hateful one. From a hateful point of view, it's valid. So I'm never trying to invalidate somebody's feelings, whether they're hurtful to me or not. It's about what I answer to and what I find to be true. So I think for me, just in general, when it comes to comments or just, like you said, the outside energy, I merely look at people, whatever they're mirroring back to me, something to learn from. Because if it triggers me, something about it is true, which means I need to go inward and figure out, you know, what is my truth.
Do that inner work.
Yeah.
For sure. And that does take a lot. It takes a lot to be able to be where you are. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Sure. It's really tough.
Thank you.
You know? So you go, girl. I love that. So when Charleston was on the bus, he said that all men are born cheaters. How do you feel about that?
I think that's just a pretty, like, general, closed-minded statement. It's closed-minded. I think whether it's male or female, whatever we're talking about, to generalize people to me is just stupid. It's like there's an exception to every rule. So, I mean, I get it. I think a lot of men don't have self-control. I feel like there's not a lot of discipline, and I'm sorry, I just saw a drawn right there. I was like, oh, that caught me off guard.
Sorry.
No, you don't gotta apologize. But no, I just think a lot of people also don't really go inward to figure out what their truth is. I mean, I think monogamy or, you know, having multiple wives, women, whatever you believe in, I think it just comes down to like your lifestyle.
For sure.
You know, it's like some people go to the gym, some people don't. You know.
Have you ever been cheated on before?
Yes, I have. I've been cheated on. Not a good feeling. I've been cheated on a couple times, and I stayed. And I would say moving forward, just to leave after the first lie.
Right.
Yeah, I can't be with a liar. You lie about little, you lie about a lot. And I think the cheating to me is, regardless if they're Jesus Christ or a UPS driver, I can't tolerate that. And if that means being alone for the rest of my life, then that's just kind of what that has to be. I do believe that there's a man out there that has similar principles, values, things that he stands on.
Right.
That would be in alignment with where I'm at. So, yeah, I think that statement Charleston made, and cheaters in general, it's just like men do it because we as women allow it.
Right.
We give excuses for their pathetic behavior. So they're going to continue to do it.
There was a video that went viral before where a woman found out that her man was cheating and she stayed with him, but then she said that she's going to cheat as well. They're going to stay together, they're going to raise their kid, they're going to have a great life together, but she's going to be cheating as well, 100%. Would you ever be in a relationship that's like that?
I would never waste my time. People love to waste their time. So yeah, no, I can't relate. I'm going to choose myself, you know. So yeah, I can't relate to that.
Have you ever cheated before?
One time when I was 16 years old, I kissed a guy, and then I told the guy that I was with 3 days after the fact, and I told myself I'd rather get my heart broken 100 times than ever make someone feel like that. So that was my first and last time cheating.
So he was hurt?
Yeah. He was away on a camping trip, and he didn't call me, he wasn't texting me, and it made me feel some type of way. And when he got back from the camping trip, he had made me this little bracelet that said "Be Renner" on it, and he actually got me like a spray painted t-shirt that had like a soccer ball and my name on it. And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an asshole, I kissed somebody else. And I have a very strong conscience, so 3 days later I had to tell him it just wasn't fair to him. So I think if you love yourself, you love other people, you would give them the option, the opportunity to make a choice. And if that's, I'm gonna stay with you regardless if you cheated on me, but like let them make that choice. So yeah, 16 years old, first and last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty young age to learn like such a valuable lesson like that.
Yeah, I feel things very deeply too. So a lot of times it's like, I mean, my whole life it's kind of felt like a bit of a curse. But yeah, so I mean, I think for me, I've always been a lover girl, a hopeful romantic, and you know, I just haven't, I guess I'm just not with the person I'm meant to be with just yet.
But that will come.
Yeah.
In the right timing.
Absolutely.
Just like how you're on the fan bus.
Yeah. Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought? Exactly. So when Charleston was on the bus, he also said that all go to heaven. He loved. Said that all go to heaven. Are you a?
Oh my God, such a direct question. Both.
Oh.
I think it just depends on the person and what's happening.
Are there certain types of guys who make you the other kind? Don't?
Because your voice is so sweet and the question's so vulgar. What was the question? I'm sorry.
So, are you
hot in here.
Are you?
It's both. I've done both, but it's just like different things with different guys, and I haven't really figured out my body in the sense of like what does what exactly. I'm learning things about my body even at 31.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So like, even for example, one of the more recent partners I've had, he rocked my world.
Ooh.
And it's like, I've always had this thing in my mind that it's like, he has to have a big, maybe with a little curve, something. And I'm not going to say it was small, but when I saw it, I was kind of like, oh my God, like, what is he even going to do with this?
Right.
And literally, he made me like 8 times. And I didn't even know my body could do that. I'm talking like back to back to back. And I was just like, what's going on? So now I have a totally different appreciation because it was almost like it was just enough to hit where it needed to hit. So this whole time it's been a lie that I've needed some Lysol can to just respectfully put me through the mattress.
Right.
So yeah, that was easily one of like the best experiences I've ever had. Yeah, we're not talking though. But
I was about to say, would you smash him again?
I'd love to, but I'm fall in love with him. I can't have him. I went with him once.
Wow.
Yeah, if he's watching this, I hate you, but I love you.
In the best way. So you weren't expecting that when you saw him at all?
No, because even just like the way he carries himself, like I'm just like, ugh, what could he really do?
So have you had experiences in the past with guys with like a medium-sized or not as big as you would want, not pleasuring you enough? I mean,
to be quite honest, I've had a lot of where I just did not orgasm. And I didn't even know that I could do that. Like, I've been with a lot of guys who don't even really eat, and if they do, it's not very well. So I thought it was just something with me, like, oh, I can't, you know, like, you just ain't never had somebody who really knows what they're doing, you know? So I've had a lot of partners that just never made me ever. And I didn't know that I could even experience that.
Right.
Like, this could be a all the time thing. So that's why I'm saying, like, even learning more about my body and understanding, like, ew, like, the guys that I've been with, like, they haven't even doing anything. It's literally been like exercise.
Right.
That's
have you ever faked an orgasm before?
I mean, yeah, it's like probably just make the intensity of the moan or make it seem like it's something more, but I can't even tell you the last time I did that, because I want you to know that you ain't and you didn't do anything over here. Did I? The fact that you have to ask. No, I didn't. Try again.
So this guy was just making you said 8 times?
He made me, like, I'm talking like, it was just the way, and his had like this slight, I'm talking just like a slight curve. And it just, even like his hands, because like, I have really long fingers. And so when I looked at his hands, I'm like, oh my God, his hands are kind of small, like dainty, but it was just the way that the length, I'm getting hot.
Okay.
Like, seriously. Yeah, but no, he definitely rocked my world in like the best way, but like the worst way too. Because now that I know the truth and I've been exposed to it, the bar is here.
Right.
So,
oof.
Yeah, it sucks.
Do you think that's pee?
I don't really know what it is, honestly. And I'm a woman, I feel like I should. I don't know.
We've gotten a lot of mixed responses on the bus, even from women.
I don't know, because I just feel like if it were pee, it'd be super diluted. But yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. Questions that need answered. I ain't got the answer.
So we kind of already talked about it, but does size matter to you?
Not anymore, no.
Not anymore.
Not after I just was respectfully put through the mattress, no. And the way that my body responded, it really let me know too, it's not really about all that. It's really about how it fits your body and what a person is doing. And I never truly believed that, because people say it's like, oh, it's, you know, it's the motion in the ocean, and oh, it's not about the size. And we can say that maybe to make guys feel better, you know, but until you really experience it, like, I'm a firm believer now. I'm like, yeah, that shit was fire. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care about size anymore.
So if you were with a guy and he pulled his pants down and he had like a 3-inch, would you still be willing to hang out with him?
I mean, I feel like I've had guys who have smaller, and it's like it just missing the spot. It's just kind of like feels like a hot dog down a hallway for me.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. Like, I'm like, maybe I need to lay it a bit more, a couple more inches, you know. But I think it's more about if it can hit the spot.
Okay.
Just like, yeah. So if those 3 inches could do what it needed to do, I'm all for it. But if not, you know, I'm gonna give it a shot though. If not, I'll give you some sympathy.
Sympathy?
Yeah.
Is that a thing that you do?
I've done it a few times. And I'm just like, I don't want to you, but I feel bad for wasting your time. And then never call you again. Yeah. I'm a changed woman though. I don't do that anymore.
Okay. So now you just have no sympathy at all?
No, I mean, I'm just not sucking their I think. I honestly, like, my life has been really uneventful.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, it sounds pretty eventful.
Well, I just feel like I don't have frequently. Okay. Like that time I was just telling you about, it was one time. You know? So it's like the last 10 or 11 months I've had 3 partners.
Okay.
And then more so the last 2 just more recently, like closer together. So it's like I go months without.
Right.
I just manifest in my bed. That's literally all I do. So it's a little disappointing, you know. So that's why, like, when I do open myself up and I'm now active after, you know, being dormant for 4 months, especially getting what I just recently experienced, it sucks because I'm like, I want to keep doing that.
Right.
So yeah, I don't have a lot of consistency.
So when you first meet a guy, how long do you make him wait before you're down to have sex with him?
It depends on the energy.
Okay.
I'm not playing these games of 90 days. You're not going to magically respect me. So you either do or you don't. Okay. Now, what I can say is that obviously having sex with the man is not going to make him bond to me. So if he really has no intention, whether I make him wait 3 months or 3 minutes, that's going to be what it's going to be. So it's really up to me what I want to do with my. So there have been guys, first night, first few hours. Let's just get straight to it. I need to know if this is a I can commit to before I even think about being pen pals with you and wasting 3 months of my time. Like, no. So yeah, I don't play those games. When the energy is there, you can't deny it. Like, I want to see if you can do what needs to be done. And then that will determine if we continue. Hookup culture is like up too, but you know, whatever. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, yeah. So, yeah.
So what's
few hours?
Few hours.
Few hours.
Okay, I like that answer. What's the biggest that you've ever taken? How many inches?
Probably like. Probably like. I mean, I haven't really like measured them, but there was one that I did measure. Oh, well, I kind of know what it is. I'm saying I haven't had a chance to, you know, pull out the tape measure for all the that I've sat on. But I'd say probably the biggest was like maybe like 8.5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That thing. Yeah. That one I actually measured though, like with the thing. Like, let's see what it's like. Yeah. Because I was curious.
Was there just like a tape measure hanging around?
It was someone that I was with. Yeah, it was someone I was with. So yeah, I have a tape measure for like waist and, you know, for the gym stuff. Yeah, so yeah, pulled it out. I was just curious.
For sure.
Yeah, biggest stick for sure. But yeah, whatever.
A lot of girls on the bus, they love that 8-inch, that size. They say that that's boyfriend.
I'm telling you, I have a whole different perspective since, you know, with my most recent experience. His was not 8.5, and that is husband.
Oh, that's dick.
Like 8. No, I don't think it requires all that, in my opinion. But I don't know. I couldn't imagine like doing it with an 8-inch.
I think. Whole nother story too, though.
Yeah,
right?
that's
It has
different.
to be.
Yeah, it is.
It has to be.
Yeah. It just depends too on how your body accepts the person too, because there have been things that I've been able to do with someone who did have a good size that I couldn't with, you know, Mr. 8.5, and it's really the feelings and the emotional safety for me. My body's gonna open up to someone that it trusts. You know, so just depends.
Right. Do you do?
I have. It's a very like rare thing, but when I did it, it was lit.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like when you do it too, it's like you're like, yeah, I do. Like, I'm just like such a freak. Like, I don't know what it is, but yeah, it was lit. I had a great time. Only thing is I felt like I couldn't for like 3 days.
Really?
So when I did, it was a lot going on.
A lot of emotions happening.
Well, like actually
Literally.
in the toilet. I was just like, I'm sorry, hold on. Because I could see it.
You're just like reliving that moment right now?
I was confused. Hold on.
So size matters then mostly doing.
I mean, I haven't had a lot of people that I've like literally only done 2 people. Once when I was 16 with my first. Why he put his I was 16 years old is beyond me. And he's only a year older than me. And the second person was someone that I love to this day. So I can't even really say like the size, you know. It was totally different experiences. One when I was 16, one when I was 30.
For sure.
You know, so. But yeah, I think it's just about your body, how your body feels about that person, the emotional safety for me. So yeah, I'd be open to it.
Do you think that size matters when you're giving?
What do you mean? Like in what way?
Like the size matters when you're giving. Like if it's too big, if it's too much.
Well, yeah, because there's only going to be so much you can do. Like, if it's super thick and your mouth is, like, stretched, you know, it's like, babe, I'm only going to put about that much in there. Like, I don't know how you want me to, you know. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd rather be able to Houdini than it be so thick and then my mouth be stretched out like the corners. Yeah, I'd rather just hole and you can't see anything. I prefer that size over that big one. Because I'm only going down about maybe this far. I have, like, terrible reflexes. When I'm brushing my tongue, I'm in the fucking bathroom. So, and don't, like, I've heard girls talk about, too, like, yeah, like, making you, like, throw up on the... No. I hate throwing up. Get your hand off my head. Absolutely not. I'm not into that. So, no. Mm-mm. That sounds horrible to me. So, like, thinking about, like, a big and, like, someone shoving your head down, that's, no. Mm-mm. I'm okay.
Guys do that.
I can't stand it. Because, like,
yeah.
I just don't, like I said, I'm just going to every time. Why is that?
Guys like that, too, though. I think they want to see, like, they want their feel so big in your mouth. Like, they want to see you struggle.
Yeah, it's foul. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Yeah, I can only do so much. I'm for sure.
Well, there's been some on this bus, that's for sure.
I can feel the energy in here.
You can feel the reflex.
Yeah, I can just hear all that.
Echoing.
I hear the whispers. I can just feel like I'm getting a whiff. Like, it's just the energy.
Which celeb would you not let date your best friend?
Not? Damn, that's like a direct shot. Like they're catching a stray. Not date my best friend? I don't really have anybody because the thing is it's like a multi-layered question because like who is on my mind that I hate so much that they're the first person I think of.
Well, you don't have
and
to
I don't
hate
know
them.
them.
You don't have to hate them, but maybe just the way that you would assume that they would treat their girl or like whatever. I mean, you can kind of maybe generalize it more if you want. Like I would never let. I don't want to tell you, but you can kind of generalize it more if you want.
I don't really have an answer for that because I feel like there are a lot of foul and it's like who do you choose from? There's so many, and I don't really want to send astray. Because I don't really know these like that, to be honest, and I wouldn't want someone saying my name because if you don't know me, don't even fix your lips to say my name, especially if we've never met. So I'm pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to send astray. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I go to a 20. Because I want to take it there. And I don't want to start a beef. I don't ever start.
Right.
I finish, but I don't start. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I know.
So, Sexy Red says that she always raw dogs. She's like the raw dog queen, apparently.
Okay.
How do you feel about raw dogging?
I would prefer, sushi gang.
Okay.
Yeah. But what comes with that, is it really worth it? Potential STDs, your pH balance, your BV, it's like, yeah, but no, I mean, I hate condoms. I hate when my feels like rubber. It's just like, ugh, like, grow up, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I should probably start using them more when I do have, yeah.
How do you feel about somebody calling themselves the raw dog queen?
I don't really I'm gonna be honest, I just focus on what I have going on. So like what other people do, really, I don't really care. Like I don't really listen to her music like that. And what she does or doesn't do doesn't bother me, you know? So if she's the raw dog queen, then she's the raw dog queen, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you aren't the only Britney that's been in the headlines recently. Plies was viral for trying to shoot his shot at Britney Spears. Did you see that?
I think I did see it on Shade Room, but I didn't listen to it because his voice was so high-pitched. You know how, like, when it's, like, he's like, it's like that. Like, that's what it sounded like to me. So I didn't even listen to the audio. I just saw it on Shade Room.
You just saw him, like, showing his phone in the
Yeah, and I saw the headline, but I didn't actually watch it.
So some people were saying that he could potentially be the reason for her divorce because he's been shooting his shot at her. Allegedly.
People are really stupid. So I just try I don't try to let their stupidity rub off on me, honestly. So if that's what they think, that's what they think. I think that's, I don't know. It's a reach. Stretch before you reach. That's how I feel.
Do you think that Britney Spears and Plies would have good? They both seem a little freaky, so. God, that's such a random question that I never thought about. Would not really want to picture it. Would they have good? I hate to give you, just a general answer, but I think it just comes down to the energy and how open people are. And I could see both them being freaky. Yeah. I could see it too.
Yeah, I could see it.
With her dance moves, how she slaps her when she's dancing, shakes her head. That's what he was commenting on, the little slaps.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, she may like to be slapped around a little bit. Consensually,
of course.
Of course. No beaters.
She probably does some of those dance moves on for sure.
Don't want to picture it.
No? She twirls too.
Yeah, she does. She does a lot. Yeah.
For sure. So I'm sure that you get a ton of DMs every day with people trying to shoot their shot at you. How many DMs a day would you say of people trying to shoot their shot at you?
I think, we as women, we have so many options to where we've almost become spoiled like brats. So, like, it's almost like spam mail. I don't take really any DMs seriously unless I recognize the person. And that means I have to actually go through it and click their profile, and it's a lot. But I don't know how many DMs I get. I mean, people try. It's worth a shot, right?
For sure. What do you think it would take for a guy to get your attention in the DM?
Well, for me, if it's not someone that I know that doesn't have status, because there are plenty of guys I've been with that regular guy at the gym, entrepreneur, whatever. I feel like it was just more of a physical thing. Like they said, like their profile picture, they look somewhat attractive, and I clicked and I was like, oh, he's handsome. I wouldn't say they wrote me this beautiful poem, but I will say what would maybe stand out now is somebody saying something different, just because like sending childish, like the eye emojis or what's up or would like to take you out. I think even, actually, let me erase that. I've responded to guys that are like, I would like to take you on a date, because that's proper. Tell me what you want. Tell me what your intentions are. And yeah, you should want to take me on a date. Accept message. So I think guys who are perfect gentlemen, I give a look to. If I'm not familiar with them. So,
what would your ideal first date be?
Anything in nature. Anything that is adventurous, like outdoorsy. Just recently I went zip lining. That was so much fun. Stuff like that. That'd be real. I mean, that's a pretty extreme first date, but yeah, anything outside. Yeah.
Okay. So guys, take notes. Anything outside.
They're not listening.
There's been some girls on the bus who say in order to get their attention in the DMs, someone has to send them a Cash App. How do you feel about
Girls
that?
say that? Oh. I mean, I can't be bought. So, like, you can try as you may and try as you might. And if I accept, I accept. But that doesn't mean you get anything in return.
Okay.
I feel like that's a big risk. You're just hoping that, like, if I send her money, she'll bite. And then, got her. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if you want to be compensated for your time in that way, go for it, girl. It's not me, though.
Right.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's like, my dating pool, I've always dealt with people who have much more than me. So why would that be exciting? Like someone sending like a cash app. It's given like you think I can be bought. Like I'm just an object. Like you can just summon me with your money and I'm going to be at your beck and call. Like, no, I think that's highly offensive. But some people are just like, I don't care, I want the money. Not me.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I don't like that.
So guys, don't send her a cash app.
Because I'm going to accept it and I'll say shit.
So Logan Paul's girl is in the media because Dylan Dennis is going after Logan's fiance Nina to try to get him heated before their big fight. Have you seen this at all?
No, this is outside of my algorithm.
Okay, so Logan and Dylan are MMA fighters, and they have a big fight coming up. And Logan just got engaged to a woman named Nina.
Okay.
And basically, Dylan right now is bashing Nina all on Twitter. It's mostly on Twitter. Bashing her online because of all of the people that she's been with before. So she used to date Leonardo DiCaprio. She has pictures with so many different
love that for her.
Male celebrities in Hollywood. I think like over 50. He made like a video and it was like her with over 50 guys. But basically he's just trying to bash her as much as he can to get Logan really upset before their fight. How do you feel about what he's doing?
I mean, I think it's the double standard, of course, at play. And I think as long as your man accepts you as you are, the world can bash you. I mean, and not even, let's say your man doesn't even like that, you know, but as long as you're at peace with your truth, like, what does it matter if it was 50 or 100? Like, she was a single woman. She did what she wanted to do. This is the dating process. And just because she's had access to the Leonardo DiCaprio is like, why is she being shamed for that? You know, because at the end of the day, like, at one point in time, SportsCenter did the Derek Jeter Diamond of all of the amazing, hot girls and big stars that he was with. But with her, it's supposed to be a degrading thing. And I can't believe that's your soon-to-be wife. Like, you know, I don't know. I think that's just lame. Like, boo, try again. I don't know. I don't like that, personally.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, why should that be held against her? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, she's, you know, getting backlash, but then is also having people defend her. Like Lena the Plug is one of the women who was defending her because people feel like she shouldn't be shamed for her past. Do you think that a woman should be shamed for her past?
Well, I don't know why any woman would want any woman to be shamed for their past. Like, I don't think people should be shamed for their past. So, for me, I just feel like everybody learns differently. We all come from very different circumstances. So, because I have learned differently than you, that makes me less than you. So because you're not meeting me as a perfect virgin who's never done anything, never posted a picture online, like, so I'm not wife material to who? Says who? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think basing a woman's value on that is really idiotic. All the women I know that are amazing, like, they have a past. They have history. They've been with multiple guys, you know? So yeah, I think it's bullshit. I think it's just kind of like tacky. It's not effective, and I don't really think in today's climate, like, it's sticking probably as well as he would like for it to, because literally nobody really thinks like that in real life. Only like Twitter debates, in my opinion.
Well, I think, you know, what he's wanting is maybe for them to split up or just to cause chaos in Logan's life. But some of the images he says that he won't release until he gets a certain amount of followers. So some people might say that he's quote unquote clout chasing or trying to build more fame off of Logan's fiance.
Well, yeah, he is. I mean, and again, if someone allegedly has no value, right? His fiance, she has no value. Why are you trying to convince people that she's not valuable? If it is blatantly obvious to everybody looking at her and looking on their situation, why do you have to try to convince so hard? Mm-hmm. Like, why are you trying to, like, why? It would be a simple thing then. Mm-hmm. So yeah, obviously he's just taking advantage because Logan is extremely popular.
Right.
So yeah, Logan has a lot going on. Like, in a good way, you know what I mean? A lot of businesses, he makes a lot of money, and now he's doing this stuff. So yeah, he's obviously trying to capitalize on the opportunity.
Why do you think Dylan would go after Logan's fiance, Nina, and not Logan himself?
I don't know this Dylan guy. I don't even know what he looks like. So I'm just going off of like what you're saying he's doing. I don't know what he looks like or who he is. What does he do?
So
he's a boxer or MMA fighter?
Yes. So he wasn't very well known before this fight, right?
That wasn't
now
why.
Everything that he's posting, especially about Nina, is making him go like extremely viral. He posted a video of Nina talking about how she needs a huge to destroy her body right now. And this is a video that she took like of herself and posted it. I'm not sure where she had posted it or how he even found it. But that video has like 11 million views on his Twitter alone. So
relatable. Don't we all, girl?
Oh, so you relate with her when she said that?
Yeah, I don't even know what she looks like either. So I only know what Logan looks like because was Vine famous and.
Mm-hmm. So that's him.
Yeah.
And then we show her really quick. But yeah, obviously if she dated a guy like Leonardo DiCaprio and all of these A-list celebrities, people think she has value.
Yeah. And she's pretty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, she's pulling heavy hitters, so the only time that's a problem is when a woman's doing it. But when a man's doing it, again, like, I feel like she's just an easy target. Mm-hmm. So that's why that guy you just showed me is going after her. Because what can you really say about Logan? Not that he's perfect, because he's been in headlines for, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that there's a lot of people who hate women. There's a lot of people who have closed-minded views about women. It's just an easy target. Mm-hmm. It's just easy, like, degrade her by bringing up her past and reducing her to what she's done, you know? So, like, new strategy. Like, he obviously loves her. He doesn't give a so it's not going to work.
Well, he did say on a podcast that this is making their relationship stronger.
So it's just having the opposite effect. So, yeah, he looks dumb.
Do you think that body count should matter for women?
I don't think body count should matter for anyone. You should do what you want to do, and you should be able to accept what comes behind whatever you do. So if you want to take 10, you want to take 1,000, you just make sure that you can accept the repercussions, whatever those are, emotional, spiritual, physical, whatever, accept the repercussions that comes behind that. But I don't think that it should matter. Like, I hate that it is such a hot topic that people like to dissect. Because again, when I hear these different podcasts and these interviews and these people who are talking about these different subjects, only on those platforms do I ever see people with those types of opinions. Mm-hmm. Like, in real life, all the men I meet are very open-minded and have been very open-minded. Or they just don't even agree with maybe that sensationalized internet personality that people are, you know, reposting and agreeing with. Like, I don't attract guys like that, like that are just closed-minded or weak.
So even though you don't attract guys like that, do you still think that that double standard exists?
I mean, it does exist, and I don't really know if it would ever go away. There are double standards that we have against men as well, like, that exist, and I don't think they're ever going to go away. Like, I can hook up with a girl, and I don't ever want to touch one. Like, the last girl I hooked up with was 2015, right? Oh. Now, if I were a man, and I had with another man, it would be a whole different narrative. So there are just some double standards that I don't know if they'll ever go away. Because technically,
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Good point.
So, I mean, people don't like it, but they exist, and I feel like there's definitely a lot more for men. I think men have a tighter rope to walk. I mean, we have with a bunch of guys, like, who cares? There's so many, like, they can't even fucking hug their guy friends for too long. They can't even hang out with them too many days a week. Or they're, like, that's what I'm saying, it's unfair. So, whatever. Find a guy who doesn't care about body count.
Right.
If you've had more than one guy, be with a guy who doesn't care that you've had more than one guy.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
So speaking of body count, what is your body count so far this year?
Well, it's of all time. It's not just like this year. Let me see. I have a list on my phone.
Oh, I was going to ask if you had the list.
Yeah.
That was going to be one of my questions.
I do. I got to see because I think I've... Make sure there's no camera behind me. I'm like, I don't have a privacy screen.
You have like first and last names in there?
Nah. I just have their first name and their sign.
Oh, and their sign.
Yeah. Just because I wanted to see what I was attracting. Oh, I got to add one person actually, which is the one I was just talking about. Yeah, it's 35.
35.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the most sign that you have on there?
It's actually kind of mixed where there's a lot of Virgos, Cancers,
Okay.
Been adding some Aquariuses lately. But yeah, I would say Virgo and Cancer are like the most that I've attracted.
So who do you think has the best D out of those signs? Or out of any sign?
God. I mean, I feel like my favorite experiences, one was with a Cancer and another was with an Aquarius.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
So do you think that all Cancers and all Aquarius would have?
No, because I think there's obviously layers to astrology too. So, just like how we were speaking, how I have a Sagittarius moon, you have a Sagittarius moon, and your Venus and your Mars, Mercury, all that stuff plays a factor.
For
so
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, no, I don't like to generalize. There's exceptions to every rule,
Right.
but like I said, my easily favorite experiences with Cancer, Aquarius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love that. So you said your count is 35?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that number?
It's kind of like annoying because at least half of my list I only had with one time.
Oh, okay.
So, but I still have to wear those.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
still
mean?
have to count them.
It still happened, you know. But I think that's the only thing that's annoying is that that's my number, and I can't even have on a regular basis. It's usually quarterly. Like that's kind of been my schedule, unless I'm in a relationship or, you know, talking to someone. You know, that pre-commitment phase, which has not been anything recently. Yeah, it sucks. So over half probably about half my list one time. Mm-hmm. So
I think that is how it is for a lot of girls, I would say.
it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So out of those 35 people, how many of them made you?
Maybe. I'm like tempted to look at the list again, but I feel like I kind of already have the answer. I feel like it's 2, maybe 3 people.
Out of 35?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of women can relate to that.
Yeah, and that stuff didn't happen for me until later. Because I do feel like there were guys that I just wanted to have with and just experience their energy. And there's a lot of people that I met that I've slept with that, you know, I used to listen to their music or fantasize about them back in high school. So it was more of like a curiosity thing, not necessarily like, man, I can't wait. So I think for a while, I just haven't really had like a lot of experience. Like I've had, but it wasn't really until like I had released my book in 2018 when we were speaking about Tiana, really watching her videos, learn how to, And that was at 26 years old that I actually made a conscious effort to learn how to, because I never got compliments about my head. So until I started watching her videos and I learned some things from her. But yeah, so I feel like even though it's 35, I wouldn't say that I was super experienced. And because like, again, how experienced can you be if you have once a quarter?
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless you have a boyfriend or someone you're talking to seriously, and I haven't had that.
So you learned some tricks from Tiana. Do you watch to learn tricks?
No, I don't watch all anymore. It's probably been 2 years. And I don't watch because I have a very extreme personality. So I can only speak for myself. That is started watching one thing and we just graduated really quickly to some interesting categories. And it was just like, how did I get here? I also felt like that it would take away from my intimacy in real life too. Because it's like, when I'm watching, I could just like, come on, like, let's rub a few out, and it's like never enough. And that's one of the effects that has too. It's like you can't, it's like that faucet that doesn't turn off right away. Like when you leave the gym and you stop working out, your body's like, okay, chemicals, endorphins, dopamine, whatever, we're done. So for me, yeah, no, I don't watch more. But it was very insightful when I was watching it, you know? So yeah, it depends on what you use it for, I guess.
So does that mean that when you use your imagination?
Yeah, so usually, so I'm gonna think about where I want my life to be, right? So I have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, thinking about what an ideal life looks like for me. And I'm also going to, I don't like to put a face to it anymore, but I would use that also to manifest men.
Oh,
like a certain,
you would use to manifest, is what you're saying?
Yes, I would.
Wow.
There was a guy that, well, the guy that I told you that rocked my world, we were in like 2 different galaxies. And every single day for about 2.5 months, either it's gonna be in the morning or when I'm going to bed, one or the other. I'd rub one out and think about like us getting ice cream together, going on picnics, like dates, laughing together, like manifesting him into my reality. And 2 months later, we had our first date.
Wow. Yeah.
But I like to, when I am, I do like to think about the person that I'm interested in. Like if there is someone that I'm interested in, I kind of use that to determine if I really like them or not. So like the finisher for me is like thinking about that person, no condom.
Yes. I was going to ask what the finisher, because ice cream,
every time.
Those things, they're not the...
Raw. And if I'm first like starting to talk to a guy, like we're talking on the phone or we're texting, that's kind of how I gauge my interest. Like, can I imagine him like raw inside me? And like, how does my body respond to those visuals in my head? So yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, that's what I use.
Okay.
To get what I want.
I think better than porn.
I mean, for me, it's just better. Just I feel like it has more intention, like more direction. I just feel like with just went left really quickly, and I'm like, yeah, this is
For sure.
Yeah.
So Kanye West recently got caught getting by his wife Bianca in Italy on a boat. Have you seen those pictures?
I just saw them, and yeah, I mean, I guess that's what was happening.
It seemed, allegedly, that's what people say, but I think the pictures kind of prove it.
Yeah.
With his, butt crack and her right in front of his legs, his lap.
Yeah, I love that for them. Seems like a fun girl.
Have you ever given in a public place before?
I'm trying to think if I have. No, I don't think so.
Never.
No, I know. Boring.
Wow, you're an angel.
No, I mean, I just don't. Again, like, I have to be with somebody consistently to get to that fun point, I feel. So, yeah.
So you have to be comfortable with them in order to be, like, in uncomfortable places with them.
Yeah, because, like, I'm not... I don't know. I think it's just the energy. Like, it doesn't even be like, oh, we have to be together, like, a year or be dating. Because, like I told you, the guy who rocked my world, I would have sucked his in the parking lot. It just didn't happen that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I absolutely would have. I wanted to, but I was just like, let me at least try to act like I have a little bit of class.
Right. Okay.
Even though I feel like I gave myself away that I didn't.
You definitely do have all the class. So I know earlier you said you don't like to rate yourself, but I have to ask.
Okay.
What would you rate your skills on a scale of 1 to 10?
Because I learned from my personal goat, I would say whatever unforgettable is, I gotta rate it like that. But I just feel like it's because I learned from someone who was really amazing. And I think it's easy, not easy, but it's easy to be a standout good, because a lot of girls, like how I once was, don't put forth any effort, look at it as a chore.
Right.
And I feel like when you actually get into the art of it and you are passionate and you know more of what you're doing, I feel like you're going to be unforgettable. Because most girls are just like that lazy and, you know, just like, again, look at it as a chore. And men can feel that just like we can feel that, you know? So I would say unforgettable because I learned from Tiana Trump.
Tiana Trump.
Yeah.
Did she show you personally? Or?
No. Just watching her videos. Right. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that is a good teacher to have.
Yeah. A lot of spit. She definitely, like, taught me. A lot of spit.
That's like learning from Makeup by Mario himself.
Yes, it's like literally like a seminar.
Mm-hmm. A lot of spit. Okay.
Yeah.
We had Kazumi on the bus before. She said that the trick to giving really good with a lot of spit is drinking a white Gatorade before.
Okay. I wonder why a white Gatorade.
I think because when you kind of have the saliva after drinking the Gatorade, it's just white, but it just adds into the saliva. The white Gatorade does. So that's just a tip for you.
I mean, I think for me, it's more about, but I guess it's just like me personally. I feel like when I'm aroused or I care about someone or whatever, there's just like that energy's there. My mouth naturally does that. It just like, you know what I mean? It's like it just does that when I care. So it's like when I don't care, it's going to be dry. So for me, I just feel like the feelings are connected to like everything I do. So, but sure. I should try a white Gatorade and just for shits and giggles and see if it makes a difference. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
How do you feel about tapes?
Like in what way? Like
would you ever make one?
No, I would prefer not to. Mm-hmm. I just feel like that's a sacred thing. I don't think it needs to be recorded. Mm-hmm. And that thought, and I hate that it's a fear of mine, but it's just a mortifying thought for me. That is a very vulnerable state I'm in.
What is the mortifying thought?
Because it's such a vulnerable act. And thinking of thousands, hundreds, even just a couple people watching me do that, it makes me so uncomfortable.
Is it because of cancel culture that makes you uncomfortable, or is it because of people seeing you in the act by itself? Well,
I think the best people are canceled. So, like, I don't even really believe in cancel culture. Mm-hmm. And I like to call it pick and choose culture, because that's what they are. But I think it's just that is something special that, again, I decide who, what, and when. Mm-hmm. And that is something I'm sharing with that person. It's not for other people to be involved in. So, like, that to me, I guess, is where I'm just a bit more guarded in that way. Like, why would I want people to see me like so vulnerable and open and feeling emotionally safe? You know what I mean? Ew, that scares me.
So what if somebody wanted to record a tape, but on your phone for you to have? Would you do it then? I
don't want one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
No, in general.
Yeah, but I also think it is with the mindfulness of being social media famous since like 2012, you have to be mindful of that. So when, again, like we were speaking about earlier, the thought of somebody whipping out their camera or wanting me to send certain type of videos or record stuff, that to me is giving blackmail. It's like, I can't trust you. So anything that I have sent isn't something I wouldn't mind if it made it to the timeline. Like, it's nothing that I would be like ashamed of. Right. But I'm not about to be like playing with my face all in it, like, hey, like, I'm not, no, that's scary. So I've just had to be just more mindful on how I move with having a big platform. So I'm biased. Like, it's a no across the board.
Or else you would end up like Kanye with a
ass crack. Yeah.
All the cracks.
All the cracks.
All the lips.
Yeah. That's scary to me. You know.
So I saw on your Instagram that you have a picture with Andrew Tate.
Yes.
A lot of podcasters like him believe in a very traditional role for women. That women should be more domestic, more submissive, etc. Are those your beliefs also?
I mean, I feel like we're all very different, and he can have his views on things, I can have my view on things. There are some things he says that I like, there are some things that I just simply don't agree with. And I think people have to kind of just do what's best for them. And if that is his ideal woman, that's what he sees himself with, and that's what he's going to manifest, and rightfully so. I don't think that just because we all think differently that we all need to think alike for it to be okay. Like, I'm not a cult leader, so I don't need people to think like me. So yeah, like he takes a very hard stance on a lot of different things. And like I said, there are some things that I agree with, some things I understand his point of view, but I also believe there's exceptions to every rule. Right. I also believe that there are a lot of stereotypes are true. Like, multiple things can be true at once. So I love Andrew Tate, honestly. I thought he was like great. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that he talks about, like, obviously I can't relate. Right. Because I'm like, you know, the girl, like the women that aren't worthy of being wives. Right. Like, that's how I would more so be categorized with those types of beliefs, you know. Right. But that's not how, that's not really how he made me feel when we had to sit down. Yeah, he was not degrading. I felt like we just had a really honest conversation about, from that point of view, and how a lot of men look at certain things. And when it comes to, you know, having a kid, when it comes to being so open about my past and being with different men, can I understand why a man wouldn't take me seriously? Yes, but that's not, I don't fault people who don't see my value. Like, if you don't see it, you're not meant to see it, and that's okay. Right. We move on, you know. I don't have to subscribe or feel less than just because I'm not your cup of tea. So I think we can, like, respect, you know, the differences and appreciate the similarities, you know. So
when you picture yourself being a wife one day, do you picture yourself in that more domestic submissive role, or do you think that you have a lot more dominance and that you would be, you know, just more dominant than what a traditional guy would want?
So this is kind of where, like, I think that there are pink jobs, and I think there are blue jobs. I just think naturally things kind of fall like that. And what I can say from my experience, that let me just say this. It doesn't matter how much of a feminist you are, how much of a man-hater you are, how much of an independent bad you are. When you are in the presence of a healthy, masculine man, you have no choice but to melt. It's these doo-doo-doo, going with the flow, no direction, nothing, men who do not get respected. Like, I am a strong woman, and because action is masculine, feminine is flow, right? When I am with a real man, again, I'm in flow. I'm not trying to dominate him. I'm not having a sword fighting contest with him. Right. For what? Because everything is as it should be. You know what I'm saying? There has to be that balance. So for me, when I picture myself being a wife, like, yeah, it is going to be with a man that is a protector and a provider. And I flow right into my role.
For sure.
I think it's just that simple. I feel like when you can be a masculine woman, but you're gonna probably need more of a feminine man then, because you're not gonna be able to be that, in my opinion.
Right.
And like with a true masculine, you're just gonna be doing this.
100%.
It's like that. It's like the seesaw. Like you can't
Balance.
both can't be on the ground.
Balance.
Yeah, it's the balance. So I do see myself more as that. Like I said, I have no choice but to be masculine because I have to provide for my household.
Of course.
So there's not a man in my life. I'm not with my child's father, so I provide.
Right.
You know? But yeah, in my ideal world, I absolutely would be like decorating. I don't like to cook, so that's not going to change. I would absolutely clean, decorate, nurture, take care of the household. I would love that, yeah. I think a lot of people who are like hell-bent on like, I'm just so masculine, there's no man that can tame me. It's not about being tamed. It's just like the energy balances out.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I can't necessarily be tamed. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to love me wild, love me as I am. And a masculine man will do that. And you're going to be in compliance.
Yep. For sure. Would you rather smash for money or for love?
Love.
Love.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Smash, like, what, is this like a trick question? Like, what do you mean?
A lot of the girls will say money on the bus. They'd rather smash for money than...
Oh.
So what's your opinion on that? Love?
Yeah, I think what money is, it's like, it's going to solve money problems.
Right.
But it's like, so if you have all of the money that you could ever dream of, like, then where does that leave you? Like, is your life fulfilled then?
Right.
Because for me, it's not.
Right.
Like, I think one of the things that scares me the most is, like, not having that type of romantic love in this lifetime. So I would absolutely smash for love. I think that's I think that's what dating is, right? That's what I've been doing. Like, yeah. Trying to fall in love by my husband.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. Would you rather your man have slept with 1,000 girls before you or 10 of your best friends?
1,000. 1,000 times over.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no way. One of my best friends, if he slept with someone that I know that I'm close with, he's already off the list for me. Okay. 1,000 I don't care about, because who are y'all to me?
Right.
But yeah, one of my best friends, let alone 10 of them, he's not the guy for me.
Okay. So some girls on the bus say that they like to share their man, so they would pick 10 of their best friends. How do you feel about that?
That sounds traumatizing. There's no way you could pay me to, like, co-sign my friends sleeping with someone that I care about. Like, no, thank you. I'm not into that. So I'm a little territorial in that way. And I haven't eaten since 2015, so I'm not interested in, like, my man enjoying my friends and, like, oh, I love that, babe. No.
Even if it was before you?
No. Absolutely not. I mean, again, you know, one woman's trash is another woman's treasure, you know, but for me, I don't know. I wouldn't want that. Not my best friend. Like an acquaintance, someone that I follow on Instagram, I don't care. But one of my best friends, no. I wouldn't even have eyes for somebody that they had been with. To me, that is already breaking girl code,
Right.
to be honest.
For sure.
I don't know what them girls were on talking about. They would let
Their friends sleep with their man.
and that's the problem.
But it's only 10 of the friends versus
Only
1,000
10?
But versus 1,000 of the other girls.
Well, babe, you had a life before me with girls I don't know. But then when I think about it, I feel like it starts getting a little deeper, because it's like, would I want someone to count me out if one of their good friends? Actually, yes, I would. Yeah, actually, I would.
So
You should not want to be with me if one of your best friends slept with me.
So you're like,
No, both ways.
Switching
Yeah,
the roles.
both ways. Yeah, both ways. Because I was thinking, like, is that unfair? No, it's not. No. Because I wouldn't want that. Because, like, be a friend. If you're not a good friend, how would you be a good lover? So, you know, 1,000.
1,000.
I can overlook it.
What kind of car do all cheaters drive?
Oh, God. Like a car. I don't know. Like just a car. No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I hope I wouldn't be that many cheaters to be like, they all drive this car. That would be horrible. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
You don't know.
Is there like a common answer that usually people say, or like?
It's always different.
Oh, I was just thinking like a car. If you got wheels, you got motion. So I don't know.
Actually, one girl said that all cheaters don't even drive, don't even have a car.
Damn. I mean, okay.
They're just the ones that are like, can you pick me up?
Damn. Hitchhikers. Fucking bums. I can't. No, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about, what kind of car do all loyal men drive?
Let me know when you get that answer. Because when I see one, hello, what's on your window? Hi. Yeah, no. Yeah, let me know when you get that answer.
So you don't know that one either?
I nope, haven't experienced that, haven't felt that, haven't met that.
So not like a Honda Civic. They're reliable cars. They're reliable.
Yeah, no, again, if I just haven't had, those types of experiences.
Yeah.
Like a good, loyal man. I mean, I can count on one. I think I've had maybe like 3 or 4 boyfriends in my life.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 of which were in high school.
Okay.
And then, hold on, quarterback,
Ooh.
lawyer, and then my baby daddy. So actually like 5.
So
but I don't know if the 2 in high school count.
Yeah. Do we count people in high school?
Probably not. So I've had like 3 serious, well, not even like serious relationships, but like 2 serious. 1 was 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess like the kind of car they drive it just varies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know where the loyal men are though.
I will. Girl, I got you.
Allegedly, they don't exist. They're fucking anomalies out here.
Speaking of them not existing, do you think all men have side chicks?
Like what kind of men? Like all men, no matter what they make, status.
Yeah, no matter what.
I'd hope not. That would crush me. I'd be really disappointed. What I can say is that there are a lot of men who their reality differs because they don't have the same type of access. What type of man would most men be if they had unlimited access?
Oh, very true.
I don't know. That depends, but probably majority would be the same way.
What do you think it takes in this society to be a main chick?
A main chick? Being able to shut up. I'm not interested in that.
Don't you think that would be more like side chick energy?
Well, if everyone has a side chick, who's really the side chick?
Ooh.
Because, like, to be the main chick, you got to overlook the side chick. To be the side chick, you got to overlook the main chick. You're both essentially shutting up. Because one wants to be in the house driving the Bentley, the other one wants to be able to have their rent paid and shopping money. So, yeah, I don't know. For me, I think a lot of mains are kind of sides.
Ooh.
I feel like the only flex is devotion, in my opinion. So, being a main is not anything to be proud of, in my opinion, because I've been that. And the person I was with was still doing whatever with whoever.
Right.
So where was the honor in me being the main? Because I live in the house with your funky. And when you come home, I got to be excited to knowing damn well, like, you know what I'm saying? Probably not being faithful to me. I got to take care of the household chores, the responsibilities, got to feed the dogs, let the people in to cut the grass. I got all these mains to be the main. And little Miss Ratatouille down the street gets to just do whatever he wants to do and doesn't have to tend to you like your daily. That devotion is the only flex, so I'm okay on being a main. Okay. If it's not the one and only. Right. I gotta be your one and only.
I like that. I love that.
Yeah.
Guys with what names have the best?
I can't say. I can't say.
What kind of names? Like,
Again, it's too obvious. No. It's so funny, the two experiences that... Okay, no.
have the same name? Okay. You didn't say anything.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So just... They can have... So basically a guy can have any name and have good... There's not certain names or certain types of names.
No. I don't think so, no.
One girl said that if he's a junior, he has bad... Period. Any type of junior, any type... So
Damn.
that kind of question, like that kind of like... You can really generalize it, possibly, if you want to.
I don't have a generalization, because it's like... Yeah, like... How I'm like, oh, I met all of these guys, and they all have the same name, and they're so good. Like, I don't know. This just seems so broad. No, I don't have an answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about guys with what names have the worst?
There's been so many. It's like I'd have to name multiple names.
Can we do like a letter of the alphabet? Like,
I'd have to look at my list and see a letter. But I mean, like, what does that really determine? You know, because there's going to be an exception to every rule.
True.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to say, you know, Z, and then it's like my husband is. Like, you know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. If you were a guy for a day, what would be the first thing that you would do?
If I were a man for a day, I have never thought about this because there's not one part of me that wants to be a man. What would I want to do? Like, I think the only thing that fascinates me a little bit, like, physically is, like, the whole boner thing. Like, what does that feel like? You know? Like, do you feel it? Like, can I control it? How do I... Yeah.
So
boners are the only thing that are somewhat intriguing. I don't know. I love being a woman and, like, the privileges that come with that. So, like, to wake up and be a man, I don't know. I've never thought about it. I don't have an answer other than just the boner. Because those are fascinating to me. I just want to see, like, what does it feel like? Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
I wonder, too.
Yeah, like... Or even just... Well, no, I guess I could understand
like,
the,
Does it, like... Can you feel it be hard all of a sudden? Like,
or in, like, what is, like, blue feel like?
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, or is that, like, a myth?
So
they'd be like, oh, I'm getting blue. They really just want to fuck.
So, if you were a guy for a day, you would get a boner and then give yourself blue.
I mean, I don't know what I could possibly do as a man that I couldn't as a woman. Like
you could a lot of. That's what a lot of girls say. Or one girl said she'd helicopter her everywhere, or you know, that kind of stuff. I don't know, just random.
Oh no, I would not want to a lot of because, I mean, I would want to just be with one woman.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be fun to, like, plan dates and stuff with women. I would love to do that. That'd actually be fun. Because then it's like, maybe I could understand, like, their disdain towards us sometimes. Like, these, okay, come on, expensive dates. Like, I would be really curious to, like, just experience dating as a man. Okay, that's my answer. I would like to experience dating as a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I've never had that answer on the bus.
Okay, yeah.
So, if you were a man...
Wholesome guy.
Wholesome guy, yes. If you were a man, do you think that you would have a big...
Probably not. Probably more like... Probably more medium. And that's probably being generous. Probably like schmedium. But I'd be a great person. And I'd like pay attention to detail, so it's like I don't need some like Lysol can, you know. Okay. Yeah.
How many nuts a day do you think is mandatory to keep your man happy?
I feel like it doesn't matter because, I mean, you're only like an extension of his happiness. I don't think that, I feel like you could do everything right and you could make him on demand however many times he asks of you. But if he's not fulfilled on the inside, it's not going to be enough. Like, it's never going to be enough, you know? I don't know. I guess I've never been one of those people that believe, like, you know, draining the snake before he goes on, like, an away trip or if before he goes out to a party. Like, have some respect for yourself and self-control. like I shouldn't have to for you to be happy and like before you go out to the club. That is crazy. That is like how pathetic this is.
Well, some girls
you know what
say,
I mean?
yeah, I totally get it. But some girls on the bus, their defense for that is they say that if they don't make their man, some other girl's going to.
Oh, then let her. He's your problem now, not mine. I feel like it's obviously important, and it's spiritual unification. It's like the closest you can physically be to somebody. But what about after that? Like, can we belly laugh together? Right. Can we, like, do we have witty banter? Can I take a walk in nature with you and enjoy it? Can I sit in silence and enjoy your energy? Like, it's like this so easy. Like, it's so accessible. Like, just with hookup culture, you know what I mean? So I don't even think, like, how could it be the most important thing to men when they can get it so easily? Like I told you when we first started this, a few hours into a date, I'll sleep with a guy. So what's so great about it? You know what I mean? I feel like it's who the attached to.
For sure.
Like, so I don't know. My answer to that is let him do what he want to do and see what he'd rather do.
Ooh. Okay. Period. What is the maximum times a day that you should have?
Like in a committed long-term relationship, I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm not always in the mood. I mean, I think ideally for me, maybe like 3 times a week.
3 times a week? Okay.
I'm not trying to all day. Or like put more effort into it.
Right.
I feel like too, when you live with somebody, it's like one of those things that if it's not from the heart, it starts to feel more like a chore, you know? So I'm okay with like just like a couple times a week. Like 3 would be cool. But a day, like you're lucky if I want to do something every day. That's a lot. Like, what is your answer?
Me?
Yeah, I want to know. I'm sorry, I'm asking her.
I kind of like, I don't know, I don't know. I guess it would depend on like the guy and like how turned on it was.
Yeah,
I
right? Oh, I love that for you.
But at the same time, then it's like 3 times a week. Some weeks probably good.
I mean, I feel what you're saying too, because when the attraction is there, and the energy's there, it's like I could have every day.
Right.
But I guess I'm just referring to like the last committed relationship I was in. I feel like we had our own problems though too, so that contributed to like probably not being as aroused by him. But yeah, I mean, I think every day for me would probably just be excessive anyways, like maybe every other.
Right.
But again, the energy's not gonna lie.
Right.
So if I met my Mr. Wonderful, then it's like there's really no telling.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I don't know.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
I think the 3 times a week is honestly very normal for people.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes people have to say, oh, they 5 times a day every single day. Like, for example, Larsa Pimpin, she said that her man, Gotti made her have 4 times a day every single day during their entire marriage.
Yeah, absolutely not. That sounds like that would make me feel like an object. And it'd be different if we're like maybe madly in love and I have just a super high sex drive and we're just meeting each other, you know, there. But that just seems more like a chore to me. Because I can't imagine 4 times a day a man really like pouring his all into you and like making sure the engine's revved up and all that. I just feel like at some point it's just like shoving it in there.
Like, oh, it's 2:30.
Turn to the side. Like, it's just like at that point is given like I'm a doll, like an object, and I wouldn't like that. It would be dry.
Right.
Burnt it.
Okay. For sure.
It would be dry. I'm sorry. Woo!
That's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, my be dry.
It's a lot.
I'd be like,
yeah. You really need that.
This just makes me get out of pocket. It's the energy in here. Yeah, it'd be a lot of spitting and.
That's when you would have to use the white Gatorade trick.
I'm talking about spitting on the dry.
Yeah. And the spit's dry too at that point.
It's like there's all types of spit in there.
Yeah.
I've had some good laughs on this bus.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, this has been a fun experience.
Good. What is one advice that you would give your younger self?
Oh, God, let me pull out the parchment. So many things. Trying to think what's the first thing that comes to my mind. I think something I struggle with my whole life is questioning, why am I wired this way? I've always been very mouthy. I've always felt things very deeply. And although I don't really consider my perspectives unpopular, I do feel that they are unique in their own right. And for my whole life, like, I've always judged that about myself. Like, why can't I just fit in a little more? Why can't I just be a little bit more in the background or more quiet or just more compliant? And I've been like this my whole life, just very rebellious spirit and just a game changer overall. So if I could give myself advice, it would be to not question why I was designed this way, because we really all are structured in a beautiful, different way that contributes to this world. So I think I've carried a lot of shame as I've navigated with learning about myself, with being a woman and my body and what I believe in. Like, I've carried a lot of shame because of my differences, because I'm not the perfect virgin who knew what she wanted to be at 18 years old and went to Harvard and, like, you know, I don't know. So I think it's just more so just accepting that this is my expression, this is the character that I'm playing in this life, and knowing that it's for a reason.
I do think that, you know, a lot of young women relate to you and probably look up to you in some ways because you just are very, you own your truth.
Yeah.
And that's that. And I think that people, you know, the right people admire that. So.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Real recognize real.
Period. Right, exactly. So what is next for you?
I do have a card game.
Oh.
That's coming out. Other than that,
like Uno card game, or what are we talking?
Listen, I'm gonna send you them when we get them finalized.
Okay.
I love this card game. Very passionate about it. I don't really like board games, but I love anything that's like mentally stimulating. So the games that I do enjoy playing are more of like where you're learning about people and asking questions and the debates and all that stuff. So it's gonna be more in the realm of that.
I love that.
I have been filming for Basketball Wives for the last 14 weeks. Basketball Wives LA. That should be premiering October 9th, I believe. That date is still, I don't know if that's, it should be confirmed. Basketball Wives is coming out. I'm really excited for people to see me in a different light. Having cameras follow you around for that long, it's like, there's gonna be a lot of facets people are gonna see of me. But outside of that, I don't have a clue what's next for me.
Okay.
Day to day overwhelms me. I am moment to moment. I'm here right now in the fan bus.
Right. And you didn't think you would be here probably last week.
I've seen so many viral clips from this place, and I never thought I would have the opportunity to like actually be here and like maybe sign my name or something.
Yeah, you're gonna sign your name.
Yeah. So this has been really cool. I have never been interviewed in a setting like this. This is really, I feel like right at home, like real comfortable. Good. And I must say, like, very spacious in real life. I thought you guys were gonna be like right here. I'm like, I need the camera to back up just so don't pick up every pore. But this is a big fan. That's why people probably, that's why they be here.
We can fit a queen size mattress right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why people be here, because it's huge. Yeah, this is really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, since you are on Bus Confessions,
Okay.
what is one confession that you have never told anyone before?
I can tell you a perspective that I just recently came across because
Okay.
I don't have any secrets. So like a confession, I don't hide anything, and I'm at least going to share it with one person. I would say a perspective that or a confession is some of the things I want are very contradicting, where I love being in front of a camera, I love attention, I love the entertainment business, but I also long for a quiet life. I love feeding the birds, sitting outside, eating fruit, and I have no idea how I'm gonna have both. And this world makes you feel like you have to choose, and I don't want to choose. And this is me vocalizing out loud that I'm not gonna choose. And I have no idea how I'm gonna get it, but that's my confession.
Okay. I think you already are off to a good start because of what we talked about earlier. You going out, doing the podcast, doing what you got to do, taking the pictures, but then just not looking at your phone afterward and not watching.
Yeah,
it.
it's a good balance.
It's a good balance.
Yeah, it's like be a menace online, enjoy my real life outside, eating watermelon, watching the birds come and visit the bird bath and the feeders. Yeah, I'm already doing that. You're right. Guess we'll see.
Do you think that when people, you know, meet you in person, that you would be what they expected?
No, I don't. It depends, because I feel a lot of people have very different perspectives about me. It depends on who you ask, you know, but I would say that there are certain people you just have to experience their energy to fully understand it. No matter how much I share videos, pictures, whether I'm being a mom, bad, whatever, or Basketball Wives LA following me around for 14 weeks, you're still not going to be able to understand me fully. Like, it would be impossible to do that. So I think that's when those in-person encounters, they really mean a lot because your energy speaks for itself.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think people would probably be a bit shocked that I'm a lot more peaceful in real life.
And especially that you want that quiet life. I wouldn't have personally got that.
Right.
chance. Exactly.
Yeah, I love feeding the birds outside. Like, I love birds in general. I think it's cool that they can go anywhere they want. So if they come and visit your yard, that it's a privilege. And I also love that birds will sing their song, whether it's at 7 in the morning. It doesn't matter if it sounds off pitch to you, they're gonna sing their song. So it's just like little intricacies in life that I really value because I've been through a lot. So I see the world differently, that people wouldn't even think that I even noticed the birds.
For sure. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Brittany Renner, for being on the Fam Bus.
Fam Bus.
We had so much fun. We got
ma'am.
all of the juicy details.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll have you back on the bus soon. Who knows
I would love that.
But we can have some fun.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Bye.
So, bye.